Hey, I hope you're doing well. Zane Bradshaw here from Acquirely. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how we can recycle leads for cold email. As you can see, we're in Instantly right now. And if you guys don't know me already, my name is Zane Bradshaw, founder of Acquirely, where we essentially do cold email services for our clients. We build the infrastructure in-house for our B2B clients. And so I'm going to show you pretty much behind the curtain right now on how we actually, manage the leads that, let's say, we ran from different campaigns from the past couple of months, and how we can easily recycle the leads so that we don't just have to constantly get new leads. So we're in Instantly, like I said, and this is one of our workspaces. And you can see quite a few of these campaigns. They basically, they're just spare campaigns we're running, and they have leads in them, right? So if I come over here, we can see that the account has 33,000 out of 25,000 leads, meaning we cannot transfer any new leads into any new campaigns because Instantly pretty much already had its limit hit, right? So here's a solution for that. If we come over to the CRM and lists, we're utilizing lists in this case to manage our leads, okay? So we have the Ready tab. We just create a new list. It's called Ready. And pretty much, you can see we got 7,000 leads in this list, okay? So let me just put on my glasses. And basically, then we have the different other lists. So I created another one for November 2025 and December 2025, okay? Both of these lists are empty right now. So right now we're in Jan 2026. Is the middle of the month, 16 January 2026. We're going to come over here. And first thing we're going to do, you can see if we scroll down, all of these campaigns don't have leads in them, right? We essentially only keep the positive replies in each of these campaigns still remaining in here for, because we don't want to recontact those interested leads in any case, because we have them in the CRM now already, right? We have a webhook that ran on the background, sending those leads into Go High Level. And so we've already captured these opportunities, okay? So basically, we want to get this large number, okay, down so that we can launch a new campaign today. All right, this is just one of our spare workspaces. We have a few of them, but I'm essentially just going to come over here. First and foremost, I'm going to look at any campaigns that have significant leads in them. In this case, we got 5 opportunities here. We got 2,300 leads here for sure. We got 9 opportunities for this campaign. So we're going to open this. Okay, I'm going to open it in a new tab. And I'm basically going to do that for every single campaign that has significant leads in them. Okay, here we're opening all of these in a new tab. Okay, we can see here we got 3 opportunities here. We got 1,000 leads in it. We're opening that one. And we're going to do that for every single one of the campaigns. Okay. In this case, I don't know how many leads are in this campaign, so I'm going to open it. We're going to keep going. Same with this one. And then even this one, it bounced. I don't think it was due to lead quality, so I'm going to open this in any case. Now, there's a process for this, okay? We're essentially going to do 3 different things. Number 1, and let me come over here. We're going to open the CRM again. So we got invalid, which is basically leads that had an issue. In this case, any leads that bounce is going to go into the invalid list, okay? So we're going to transfer any leads that bounced from all of these campaigns. We're going to move it into the invalid list. In this case, we see 321 leads bounced in this campaign specifically. So we're going to move all of those into this list. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to be transferring them into the relevant months, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to start with the first campaign over here. If we see over here, okay, we sent in July, and then we sent a few, very minimal amounts of volume in September. So I would say this is ready to reuse. It's very insignificant for September, number 1. But number 2, we essentially want to retarget the leads. In my case, we do it every 90 days. So every quarter, we'll essentially come in, reuse the list that did not reply, okay? So anyone who did not reply, we're going to basically put them in the ready list after 90 days from their initial contact, okay? So in this case, it's already past that point in time, right? August, September, October, November, December. It's already past 90 days. It's like 120 days, really 135 days since we contacted them. So I'm going to come over to the leads tab. We're going to filter. We're going to come over here and we're going to filter for completed but no reply. Okay. So first and foremost, we want to just send all of them that are contacted or completed. You can see here, but they did not reply. Okay. We want to move all of these to the list. In this case, we don't need a relevant month. The reason why we're labeling the months is only for months that are prior to the 90-day wait. Okay. In this case, November was 60 days ago. October would have been 90 days ago. And we're already in the middle of January. So anything prior to the middle of October, we can put directly into the ready list. Anything after the 15th of October, we want to essentially put it in an October list. Okay. And then anyone that we contacted in November or December, we want to put those in the relevant lists. Anyone outside of those 3 date ranges, we want to put them into the ready tab. Okay. Or the invalid tab. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to transfer these over into the ready tab. Okay. So we're just going to wait for this to complete. It usually takes a couple seconds. There we go. So now we can refresh. Usually I just do a hard refresh so I can see exactly what's happening. Now you can see we've got positive replies. Okay. So interested. We have reply received, but not necessarily interested. And then we have bounced. So we want to keep any reply. Okay. It doesn't matter if it's an opportunity or a positive reply. Even a negative reply, we just want to keep it. We're not going to recontact those people. Okay. Maybe after 6 months, you can contact the people that were a soft no. But for now, I'm going to leave it. Okay. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to bounced. We're going to filter for all the leads that bounced. We're going to select all, and we're going to move those into the invalid list. Okay. Then you can see we've got 58 replies out of this list. In this case, that is strange. I'm not sure why. I think maybe they are including auto replies. If not, then that's very strange. That might be a glitch. Okay, so we'll have to check out why that is. Usually it's never the case. It should be matching, but whatever. We'll see on the next one. So this one's pretty much complete. We've got 18 leads left in here. Doesn't really matter. We've got all the positive replies in here in any case. Okay, so we're going to close this out. Now you can see basically if we come over back over here, it's no longer that higher number. Now it's lower, right? So we want to get this to be under 25K, ideally around 10 to 15,000. So we have enough room to at least add another 10,000 leads. So we can keep an eye on this. I'll actually take a screenshot as well. And what we can do is move it over here so we can keep an eye on this. Okay. We're going to see how this number drops. Now we're basically just going to do exactly the same thing for every single one of these campaigns. So let's take a look at the date first and foremost. We got August and then we've got September. So September, basically middle of September, all the way through. The last significant volume was like September 20th. October, November, December. We're in the middle of Jan. It's like maybe, I don't know, 100 and maybe like 100 days that we've contacted them since. So this is good to go for the ready tab as well. Okay. The ready list. So we're just going to move. Always remember, don't do what I just did. Always remember to filter. So that's the one thing. If you rush this process, you can't undo it. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're diligent with this. First, we're going to start with completed, but no reply. Same thing. We're going to come over here. We're going to move these over. Okay. Cool. So again, anyone that we did complete all the sequences with, but they did not reply at all, like we're good to go to recontact them. Okay. We're going to click in here. We don't even have to refresh the whole page. Just click in here and click back. We've got 80 leads left. We're going to come over here to bounced. We're going to move all the bounced over to the invalid list. The reason we want to do that is we can re-verify the invalid list eventually. It could be coincidental that they bounced. For example, this one campaign over here that like stopped due to bounces. I can almost guarantee you guys that it was nothing to do with lead quality. This actually happened during the period of time when Google decided to have its problems, right? So in this case, I think it's good to attempt to contact these leads. And so this is just an example that, like, don't always take it as face value, or just assume that they're bad leads. Not necessarily. It just means that deliverability did not reach the end recipient the way it's supposed to. And that can be due to infrastructure. In this case, it was. So we have reply received, we have skipped, do not contact, not interested. Okay, cool. So I would say most of these, I'm not 100% sure why it skipped these, but either way, it's okay. We can also move all the skipped. I would consider that the same as bounced. So if we can filter for skipped, I would do that. We got like 5 of them over here. We could possibly re-verify these and try again another time. I don't think that has anything to do with deliverability, because it didn't, like, technically speaking, any one of our sending inboxes didn't even attempt to send, right? So it did nothing, no harm in this case, but we don't know the reason why it skipped. So I would move that back in to invalid as well. We got 60 replies over here. We got 26. I don't know what's happening with Instantly today. I'm not sure why there's a difference in these numbers, but I would assume that it's not going to be hurting our end goal, which would be interested. These are the most important. So we got 5 over here. If we come over here, okay, that is weird. I think sometimes Instantly also glitches a bit, so we would have to see that. I'm going to test this one more time, which would be if we were to come over. So this is good that you guys are seeing me handle this live, so you can see how I kind of diagnose these problems, right? Because this is the real difference maker with cold email and really just managing any kind of system in general in business. Problems like this are going to happen all the time. And so I think it's valuable that you guys can see how I solve these problems live. So what I'm going to do in this case to diagnose this problem, we're going to restart the process. Obviously over here, we recontacted them in October. I would say majority of this volume was done. I would say it's enough time. We can put this back into the ready tab as well. So first and foremost, what I want to do here is we got 12 opportunities here, right, in the campaign. So let's come to leads. In this case, if you guys are having the similar problem, do what I'm doing now. So how I'm diagnosing this is I'm first going to come and check how many opportunities do we have? 1, 2, 3. We have 9. Okay. So this is pretty much what I was thinking. Is I think Instantly is just having an incorrect tracking of the analytics in this case. I don't think this is the real number. I think it's very likely that it was only 9. Also, if we look at D005, let's see over here. D005. Okay, we can see, it's funny. We can see 10 over here. We can see 12 over here. But actually in the leads list, we can see only 9, right? So I would kind of just trust whatever is in here. We could probably also verify that by coming over to the Unibox. We can come over to interested. We can come over to campaigns. D009, I think it is. D005. And we're pretty much just going to count how many positive replies we have. 1, 2, 3. We can also do this. We have 9. Okay, so there you go. I hope you guys learned something. That's how you can verify the true stats. So basically the answer to this question is this number is wrong. This number is wrong. Okay. The only correct number is how many leads are actually reflecting as an opportunity or an interested lead, a positive reply. Okay. In this case, 9. So there was no issues with the other campaigns that I've moved the data with. It's just a bit inaccurate analytics. So over here, because we're now filtering again for not that. See, this is why you want to be diligent, guys. Completed, but no reply. Okay. I almost made a big mistake there. We want to move these over to ready. Okay, it's been about 10 weeks since we contacted them. Like the last 20% we contacted 10 weeks ago. I would say that's sufficient because 80% of it we contacted, let's say 14 weeks ago. So again, we had significant bounces in this one. I would say we can just move pretty much all the bounces again over into invalid. We're going to wait for this to say completed. Don't rush this process. Okay, we got 27 leads left. Ironically, now it's actually matching what it's supposed to. And right there, guys, that's it. Okay. Again, we can do skipped. We can move all the skipped over as well into invalid. And now we have, okay, 22. Cool. That campaign is done. I'm going to redo this process on every single one of the campaigns. This is how you clean up the list. So you can see we started with 30,000, okay, after the first transfer. And now if we come over here, you can see we have 23,000, okay, which is great. So we're pretty much going to bring this down, like I'm saying, to around 10 to 15,000. It's actually going to be less. It will be lower than that for sure. It's pretty much just got to do with how many total replies has the workspace generated. In this case, I think this workspace has been running for 9 or 10 months now. If we come over here, the stats for this workspace specifically are really average. I think it's like a 0.09% overall opportunity rate, including follow-ups. It's really okay, but whatever. We got the 155 opportunities, right? In this case, we've generated 943 total replies, okay, in the past 12 months. You can see it started in June. So overall, I would just, so basically we can get all the way back down to, you know, we can get this number down to 1,000, okay, which is very helpful. So I'm just going to redo this. I'm going to rinse and repeat this process basically over and over again to get the number down. And basically if we come over into the lists over here, you can see in the ready folder we already have 16,000 leads that I can utilize today, right? I can launch the next split test, transfer 6,000 leads in there, have 3 variations, putting 2,000 leads into each variation, run the split test, and guess what? Next week I can come and do the exact same thing, and we're good to go, right? I don't even need Apollo to like get new leads. No, we haven't contacted these guys in 120 days. Absolutely, we can reuse them. So I'm sure some of you guys are going to be asking in the comments, like, what about re-enriching the data, re-verifying the data, all that kind of stuff. Yes, absolutely. If I'm doing this for a client, we would typically validate the entire list. In my case, I guess I'm being lazy, right? And I think that's really a lesson with this, guys, is you don't have to be perfect to get results. That's really the lesson I want you to take away from this. Like, nothing what I'm showing you in this particular workspace is significant. It's actually very insignificant in all ways, right? We have a terrible opportunity rate. Yet I was still able to generate tens of thousands of dollars just from this workspace because we were able to get results, right? And so it doesn't matter about opportunity rate. That's something I want you guys to learn as a lesson from this, is like, most of the people in the cold email space, they're raving about different rates, right? Opportunity rate and reply rate and this and that. At the end of the day, it does not matter. The only thing that matters is the end result, right? If you can generate 155 unique individuals who are raising their hands, showing interest for your product or service, that is significant. Because if we 10x the volume, we would get 10x the result, right? If we're booking 1 in 4 opportunities onto a sales call, that's significant, right? Let's say 70% of them are showing up, right? So out of 155, we're booking 38 sales calls, 70% of them are showing up, and we're closing, let's say 20%. These are all just baselines, okay? We have higher than this, but essentially that's 5 clients, right? So that's all that matters, right? And so again, like nothing in this workspace is significant. It's kind of average, right? But that's the point. Obviously, our client workspaces are very different, right? We really put emphasis on, doing different enrichments and getting unique sources of data and leads lists. But in this case, you can see, like, I don't even really care. We were tracking opens back here, right? Didn't even matter, man. Who cares? Just keep sending. And so this workspace specifically, I think we haven't even sent any emails for, if you see like the last 4 weeks, we've sent nothing basically, right? Like it's just a dormant workspace, and we probably should be sending. So I'll be honest, the reason why I haven't been sending is just due to like the fact that I've just been neglecting it. But that's stupid, man, because we got 15,000 leads in here. Just send the emails, right? I think we have like 150 inboxes here just sitting here. I've just been paying for them every single month. And they're not really sending anything, right? Because it's just a spare workspace. But that's really not good. We need to be sending because it's, I like to say imperfect action is better than no action, right? And that's the core premise here, guys. A lot of you are coming into the space and you're trying to build a cold email marketing channel for your business, but you're overthinking everything. And that is not necessary. You don't have to think too hard and deep about these things. You don't have to have perfect copy. Quite frankly, go into ChatGPT, let it write your copy, make sure there's no M dashes, right? Make sure it doesn't look like AI typed it, but that's it, okay? All the rest of it comes down to split testing. You can see how many split tests we even ran just in this workspace. And so, yeah, I know that was a bit of a side tangent there, but essentially, yeah, I'm just gonna now continue to do this for all these different campaigns, get this number down as far as possible, and relaunch today, and we're gonna be good to go. All right, guys, so I just finished transferring all of the leads, and as you can see, if we come over to settings, we can see now it is down to less than 1,700. So yeah, we've got more than 23,000 space more to be able to upload leads into. So no need to upgrade the account and spend more and more money to be able to host more data. It doesn't really matter, just because if they didn't reply after 3 months or 2 months or even 30 days, it's very unlikely they're going to reply after that time period. And so, yep, that just proves the point on what I was saying, where we were essentially able to get it down from, 32,000 at the beginning of the video, all the way down to less than 2,000. Now, earlier I did say it should be around 900, just because of the amount of replies that we've generated in that time period. But I think it's just due to there are a couple spare leads like skipped and all that I didn't even bother moving. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. But again, this is how you solve the lead storage problem. So hopefully that all makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any questions, leave it in a comment below. If you need a system like this built for yourself, where we'll put a lot more diligence into your process, then feel free to book a call below with my team. Potentially it will be me on the call, and I will give you a one-on-one consult exactly how we can flood your calendar with sales calls. One of our clients just hit 1,000 sales calls booked from our system, just from one client. We booked 1,000 sales calls onto their calendar so far, and they've generated hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash collected sales, money in the bank from that already. So if you want something like that, make sure to hit the link below, book a call, and we are here to help.